Hey everyone, I'm back. I've been on holidays for a little while. I went to Tasmania and spent a lot of money, did a lot of things, had a lot of fun. And as you can tell, new haircut. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the importance of emotional health, really, like state of mind and the mood swings you go through. Because there's more to being healthy than just eating, right? Emotions can be quite tricky things, and for someone with Aspergers, they tend to be more extreme and more up and down. Basically, really pays to be aware of what your emotions are, how they work, how they affect you, what kind of personality type you have. For me, I do this quite a lot and quite regularly, and it keeps my I think I do it because it keeps things from getting out of control. But that's really just an illusion because things will always get out of control now and then. But I just like to have a happy, stable kind of environment for my mind. It's really a bit like gardening. If you don't look after it, it will overgrow with weeds or bad habits. I'm quite interested in a lot of self-help development books because of this reason, and philosophies on Buddhism. They tackle a lot of these subjects, and it's very enlightening. That's actually I really like Donna Williams' book, like Color to the Blind. It really tackles a lot of these kind of emotions within someone with Asperger's, and it's really amazing how she went through and she just seemed to instinctually know that she needed to deal with her own mind first before she could deal with the rest of the world. And I feel the same way, I have to admit. If I'm not looking after my mental state, it will get out of hand and the world will be a lot more overbearing, and I just won't be able to function in any successful way to a degree, really. Like you always be able to function, but I find that really just taking the time out to sit and stop, and if something's upsetting you especially, you need to sit down, think about it. Don't don't get attached to what you're doing or thinking about. Just think it through. Just be really logical, methodical. And this is what I pretty much spent a lot of my life doing, was learning to understand why people do the actions so I could justify their logic and basically come to terms and understand why people were upsetting me for what seemed to be no apparent reason, or why they were upset or why I was upset over things. And, and I really pretty much just, just gets to a point where you do it so much that it becomes natural to just relax and think things through. It's kind of like meditating a little. I do have my moments. I'll just be sitting on the back porch or something, and moon will be out and the stars will be out, and I'll just quietly start thinking about things and processing them. I also found that yeah, not letting yourself be upset over little things and not being attached to a lot of things that will upset you is helpful. Like, don't become too disattached, but at the same time, don't take things personally, especially when it's just a lack of understanding on the other person's part. I found it. I found that's something I've become really good at, and that's letting go of other people just not getting it. And and frankly, if they don't want to get it, I'm not going to bother telling them. If they don't want to listen, they're not going to listen, so I'm not going to waste my time telling them. For me, that's why I love doing my talks, is because the people that listen to me want to hear it and they find my opinion valuable. And they'll do something with it. I don't want to be giving useless information out. I want to be giving accurate portrayals of what my life is like and how I understand things, so that people can see if that fits to their situation and or their child or student or whoever they're trying to help, or them themselves if it happens to be someone with autism that's listening. That's one thing I really love about doing talks at the Rabina primary school. The parents just so desire to actually hear what their kids are thinking. They want to understand, and they love their kids a bit, so they are just feeling a little hopeless, not being able to connect in a lot of ways. And when I sit there and talk to them about these things, I see their eyes light up when something clicks over in their head, and they just like, oh, that's why she's thinking that way or he's thinking that way. And I have to admit, that's the most gratifying feeling. I really do love that. I think that's why I do it. Anyway, I just come back from Tasmania. I went down to see my friend for their 18th birthdays, and it was pretty fun and a bit crazy, and I had a really good time. If anyone ever goes to Hobart in Australia, in Tasmania, you should definitely check out Mona Museum of Old and New Artworks. It's amazing. I'd say it's the most amazing museum I've ever been in, and I've been in a few and all over the world. So anyway, stop trying to sell Tasmania to you guys. I had a great time. What else happened? What else is new? Oh well, I'll get back to what I was talking about. I think emotional gardening, so to speak, is really important for self, and not just in the negative ways, not just in like if you're upset about something and you're trying to understand why that's happening and why someone else is the instigator of upsetting you, even though it seems illogical, which it can be because ego emotions tend to not rely entirely on logic. They tend to just be a way people handle unknown information or scared information. But what I'm trying to say is it pays to pay attention to the positive emotions too, in the positive situations, things that are giving you positive um, experiences are so much more important than the negative. We tend to spend a lot of time on the negative trying to sort it out so that we can come to terms to it and understand it and let go of it, which is completely fair. It's like if something's dirty, you clean it up. And so at the same time, the positive makes a creative flow in your life, and this is entirely amazingly energetically intense stuff if you can do it. Like I know that I feel that a lot of people that come through depression are so busy dealing with the negative stuff that when the positive things come through their lives, they kind of just get sucked into the moment and then they let it go. They don't realize that they are the ones that are creating this emotion. You actually create an emotion. You have a thought. This thought then gets attached to emotion, and this emotion starts building up depending how often the thought is, how much it occurs, blah 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 blah. Kind of carries on a bit, but what I'm trying to say is that you got to pay attention to what you like as well as what you don't like. A lot of people will just instinctively go for what they like, but when you start realizing things that truly make you happy and you're that in touch with your own self, it's you actually got to put a bit of effort into it. You can't just go, okay, I like playing games, and then just constantly playing games. For me, I went to Tasmania. I had a great time, and I just spent a bit of time by myself, but also with a lot of friends, and did a bit of everything. And on Sunday, I was meant to fly home, but because of the volcanic eruptions, my plane was cancelled. So I had nothing to do all day, and I didn't panic. I didn't worry me. I just rebooked my room for the night, and I went out and I saw the top of Mount Wellington with snow, and then I went and saw Mona Museum, which was amazing and absolutely worth doing. And then my friend took me. Then I went back to the backpackers and had a little bit too much wine with all the other backpackers, and had a great night. Just really just messing around, have a good time. But I knew that if I sat there in my room all day thinking over how my playing would be cancelled and what to do, I would be just creating a more negative environment for myself. And so I went, stuff this. I've got all this free time now. I'm going to do something with it. And I thought about the things that do make me happy: museums, beautiful sceneries, mountaintops, snow. And I decided, yep, I'm going to go do all this stuff. Got off my ass. And when I did it all on my own, it might be a little intimidating at times to do stuff like that, but just get over it. Because once you start opening up to that stuff, you don't seem to stop. You just keep going. As you can tell, I look pretty tired. I'm actually really tired. I'm glad I don't have work today. Oh, I've been wanting my own bed for a change. Um. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this vid. So I'm hoping to get back into making one or two a week, and I'll see how I go. All right, see you guys.